Hey guys, Jeff with Lane Business Tutors here, giving you another webinar review on David Siteman Garland. This one is about how to create valuable webinars that sell. It was actually a really well done webinar. It's a joint venture webinar. He does it with another Irishman that is really talented at teaching, and I thought that was really awesome. You know what, the name escapes me at the moment, but he did a very good job producing content with David. I think they meshed really well. And so if you're interested in doing webinars, or you're starting to do webinars and you want a little bit of extra help, even if you're not interested in their product, they deliver a significant amount of content. In fact, they over-delivered on their content by far. They didn't have to give that much and they still would have made great sales on their webinar, but they were making a point about creating webinars that have value inside them, which they know is not common anymore. They're finding that a lot of webinars just don't have the content that's supposed to be in them in order to make them valuable, and people are getting frustrated with that. And so he's kind of flipped the bird off to them and said, well, I'm gonna give immense value, and I'm going to take advantage of the fact that people are being lazy and not giving value in webinars. And he did it very well, and he produced a lot of actionable content in his webinar. His speed is just his normal speed. I gave it a 4 out of 5. I still felt that I had to write down a lot of notes and do it quick so I didn't miss anything, but I felt his speed was above average as far as getting the point across. And his counterpart, or his joint venture guy, was actually quite well. And his accent is not that hard to follow through with. Okay, some Irish accents, if you guys have noticed, can be difficult to follow through if you're not used to them. I felt that he was able to enunciate the English very well, and there was no issues with me having difficulty understanding what he was saying. The length, it was a little over 90 minutes, so I gave it a 4 out of 5 on that. I'd like to have webinars a little bit shorter than that, just because I can't keep my attention for that long. In fact, I very rarely have an hour and a half in order to commit to a webinar, and so I dock a mark anytime that it's over an hour and a half for sure, because I just don't have the time to see it, and it's going to be hard to keep me retained for that long. Sales pitch, 4 out of 5 is what I gave it, mostly because the sales pitch was very long, and that's what brought the webinar past the hour and a half mark, is that the sales pitch was really long. However, I will give them credit that the product that they are offering has a ton of value in it. At least it seems that it does, and that's something that I would take into consideration, and that's a big reason why they're able to give so much content up front for you guys, is because of how much value they're going to give you in their actual courses themselves, and they're pretty reasonably priced for what they are. They're just under $1,000 in my opinion. And when it comes to, and you do a monthly payment for 12 months, so it makes it very easy to afford as well. And so I would definitely recommend looking at doing that, because you'll find that their content will probably be worth that money, and that's actually low considering some of the stuff that we're seeing come out these days for thousands of dollars that will just destroy your return on investment with a small business. And so I think that DSG here did a very good job showing that he knows everything that you need to know about webinars. So I definitely recommend checking him out and learning more about webinars. Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed this, and hopefully you enjoy the webinar. Take care.